In this video, I'll show you how to update your Joomla 3.9.3 site to Joomla 3.9.4. It's out this week. Not only updating one site, but I'll show you how to update multiple sites all at once. Hey there, Joomla fans. Tim Davis here. I'm a Joomla fan too, and thanks for tuning into this live bulletin. Like I said, there's a new version of Joomla out, 3.9.4. It fixes, I believe, four security concerns, and I'll read the numbers in a second. Anyway, and then we'll chat just a little bit afterwards, but let's just get to the updating. We'll change over to the screen here. All right, here is a link. You'll find this link in the description of this video. And basically, yes, 4 security vulnerabilities, 28 bug fixes, and I hope that if you have a bug, one of those fixes your bugs. All right, so you can check out that link. Head on over to basicjoomla.com/giveaways and enter in this month's giveaway for a bunch of great prizes for your Joomla stuff. Eds, nice to see you. Thanks for tuning in live. Stick around, we'll chat afterwards. All right, so updating one site. Let's go to one of my favorite sites to update in these videos, my wife's piano teaching site. You'll see I'm logged into the back end of the site, and we see that an update for 3.9.4 is available. I also have an extension update available for her site. I know what it is. It's an extension I have to renew my membership for. So now you can click Update Now to update your Joomla site, or you can go to Components, and you can go to Joomla Update. Now, if you don't have a, excuse me, if you don't have this menu item showing Joomla Update, I have a tutorial that you can watch that will help you replace that, probably will. And before proceeding with backups, remember, before proceeding with updating, make sure you have a good backup of your Joomla site. And I have tutorials, a whole playlist of tutorials on how to do that, especially with the Keep a Backup, in the video description below. So this time we will simply click Update Now, because I have all the backups done for my sites. They do it regularly. Here we go, 3.93 to 3.94. Install the update. And then we just have to wait for that whole process to start. For those of you that missed the Watch Me Work live stream this week, I had to cancel it for the second Wednesday in a row because of some issues I was having on my server for one of my clients. So unfortunately, I've missed that 2 weeks in a row. We're going to be taking a look at how to make email, the issue of email deliverability for email sending through the domains that we use on for our Joomla sites. All right, so this update is chugging along. We'll just watch this progress bar go across, and should be going fairly quickly. My tired computer does a lot of things while I'm live streaming. Ed's in chat. Where are you from, Eds? I don't think I've seen you on chat before. If you want to type that, and we'll talk later on while things are happening. Anyways, so look, this is almost updated and 100% complete. The next refresh will probably tell us that it's all done. And so close. There you go. It says it's updated. Now, I recommend cleaning the cache before you preview your site to make sure that it's working. This button is here because I use Regular Labs Cache Cleaner, and you can find a link to that in my description. Eds is from the Netherlands. Hello, that's great. A couple of people from the Netherlands there. So I cleaned the cache. A couple of people from Netherlands that pop into chat from time to time. And here we have it. The site is working. So that single Joomla site has been updated from 3.9.3 to 3.9.4. Now let me show you something really cool, and it actually hasn't worked well for me the last couple of updates of Joomla because I've had some things to sort out on my server, and also I was working with Phil Taylor of myjoomla.com. He worked out a whole new process for how the multiple sites are updated through his service, so I'm excited to try it today to see how many I can update. Sometimes some sites on my server throw errors. I just have to go in and do something else or try again later, but basically, here's an overview of myjoomla.com. You can win a 1-year membership to manage one site from myjoomla.com in the monthly giveaway, or 1 month to manage multiple sites. And they're actually doing WordPress sites now. So if you know people have WordPress, or you're involved in maintaining sites for people, Joomla sites and WordPress sites, you could always check this out. So what I'm going to do is go down to Mass Upgrade Sites on the left-hand side here. And then I'm going to, by the way, I always say, remember, at least read everything Phil has written on his site at least once. You'll learn lots, and it also gives you some good directions as you work your way. All right, make sure you've tested your backups. So, I have a video that talks about what's a good Joomla backup. Because you don't want to just have a backup and then go and find out that it doesn't work. But we talk about that in one of them. All right, so here are all of the sites, Joomla sites that I'm going to update now. Yeah, and in fact, I've got a few WordPress sites. I'm not going to do that one right now. These two are WordPress sites. So I'm going to select all, but then I'm going to go down and uncheck these two WordPress sites just for now. All right, we'll just focus on the Joomla here. And there they all are. So what will happen next is, I don't know how many we have selected here, but I'm just going to click Start Upgrades for selected sites. And so now, basically, and a lot of these sites are all on my one server now, so it's now getting all kinds of activity to it, telling each site to update to the latest version of Joomla. And we just have to wait for these sites to get feedback. And actually, we don't even need to watch for all of these. For those of you that just tuned in to see how to update your Joomla sites, whether you have one or multiple, you're welcome to stick around. But if you're not sticking around, thank you for your support of this channel. It would be great if you haven't subscribed, if you would subscribe. Ring that bell for notifications so you get you get updated about new live streams, and you get information about what's happening on the channel, new live streams, tutorials. Don't forget, on Wednesdays at 11 o'clock Left Coast Canada time, which is UTC 1800 right now, I have Watch My Work live stream on Twitch. So it's not only just going through a topic, but a lot of times we'll get on together and chat or use Zoom and just spend some time hanging out together, especially if you're a lonely Joomla worker in your business and you want to have some social contact or just hang out or listen while it's going on. That's Wednesdays on Twitch, and live streaming Maintenance Monday live streams on YouTube at the same times on Monday, 11 o'clock Left Coast Canada time, or 1800 UTC. So for those of you that aren't sticking around at this point, like I said, thanks for your support of this channel. Enjoy your Joomla sites, and God bless. And for those of you that are still here, which would be Ed. Ed, have you been in chat before? I tried to really remember and recognize the names, but I don't have a list right together. And I tell you, when I get ready for the live streams, everything's kind of a blur in my head, and I get going. And so I have a bit of an adrenaline wash that goes over my brain, and so I don't always think or remember as clearly. So no, you haven't. That's great. Ed, do you have like one Joomla site, or do you have are you maintaining or building sites for some side income or as your business? Still waiting here for some of these sites to talk back, but it will happen. Or it's not going to happen. There's something else I have to adjust, but. Oh, thanks. Well, you've been watching videos for some months now. Well, that's great. Appreciate that. Yeah, I think I'm up to about 1,280 subscribers on the channel, so that's kind of exciting. Went into a lull recently, and it's been kind of up and down, but then just the other day we picked up 3 or 4. Yes, and so there in the Netherlands, I think you're about 8 hours ahead of me, which means it's probably, if I look at my clock here, 5:29 here, 5:30 here, add 5 is 10, 11, 12. That would be 7. 1:30 in the morning. Okay. The nighttime is the right time for doing Joomla stuff. Although I'll tell you, I'm trying to get some regular hours in and do things. So, is it safe to advertise your website there? Yes, please. Now, you probably won't be able to post it in chat, but go ahead and just put Put in the name of it and leave a space instead of a dot towards the end of the domain. So like space and then com, and then I'll check it out. Yeah, let's have a look at it. If you have a family safe site, it is safe for you to share that here, and we'll take a look at it while these updates are. Well, I was still waiting for the computer to talk back here on these updates. And it actually says, do not navigate away from this page or refresh it. Doing so will not stop the will not stop the progress, but will stop you from seeing its feedback. So this might actually already be updating, and I'm just not getting the feedback again, which is fine with me. As long as, hey, listen, as long as things are working, I don't necessarily have to have all the bells and whistles. Total webshops.nl. Okay, let's go. TOTAL webshops.nl. Here we go. Oh, I like the colors. So I'm going to guess. So you have web hosting, and this is, I'm going to guess, is domain registration. Sites, shopping sites, commerce sites, and social media. Great. And your partners with Quick PC Services and Tomato ICT. And here are some sites. I'm going to guess that these are sites that you've done. Shop. Click to get into shop. Nice. February 6th marks the new release of Dutch pianist and composer. All right, selling some music. Cool. CD, wave download. GP Music is an open cart install. Okay. And then here's hybrid. Oh, a new cart. A nuke art. The rest are Joomla sites. Okay. So here's someone doing some art. Art stuff. Gallery. Oh, it's loading nice and fast. You're an ocean and a continent away from you. Food works. Nice. And I will not mispronounce this person's name. He's a bassist and a composer. There he is, hanging out in the background. Your connection is not private. Oh, I switched there from an HTTPS to this link. And I look down in the bottom, it's showing the actual link to the IP. If you look down in the bottom right-hand side, which you can't see for the on my screen because it shows 2 viewers online. But the URL here, it looks like it's 109.71.51.155 /. But that is probably, and then there's a tilde. So I bet you that's a hard link that's left over from when you were building your site. Yeah, no, don't sweat it, man. That's what happens. And I'm great at finding stuff like that. I'm the canary in the coal mine sometimes. This woman does something. Whatever she does she has a passion for talent. Great. Well, that's a neat piece of art right there. Oh, okay. Looks like he's working in bronze or some sort of metal.
Je bent hier aan het werken, het kunstwerk.
Very cool. I'm just going to check back here to see if anything's talked back. No, so I'm going to go up to Joomla sites here and see if indeed they did update. and I just didn't get feedback here. Yeah, look at that. All those are 3.9.4. This particular one, Moose in a Lake, did not update, but I think that one is offline. But they all updated. I just didn't get any feedback. So that's great. Good to have those all updated while we're talking. But yeah, there's some advantages to reselling because a lot of the maintenance for, like I run a server mostly for my own stuff. So I've resold on for space on my server. So not only do I have the reselling thing happening, but then I also have the server maintenance that I have to do, which I really enjoy, but it's also an extra responsibility to keep everything going. Whereas if you're working for a client, your responsibility, if they're going with their own hosting or you resell somewhere, then it sort of takes a lot of the burden of that off. So it can be a trade-off one way or the other. I just been reflecting on it because one of like I alluded to earlier in the stream, I had the last couple of weeks I've had some server issues that caused problems for clients, and I had to fix them. And so I was thinking like, oh man, this doesn't happen to people who are just reselling hosting. But I have a large email list that I send out, and to do it affordably, I do it on my own server. Plus I like playing around with the server. When it's working great, it's a lot of fun. So I'm just exhausted from it not working great a couple times recently. So, and you're also using my Joomla.com for about a year. Okay, and that would be so that's having domains pointing to it, like using a professional, like using a registered domain on there, not just the free site. I was just updating that. So my free site. And I tell you, whenever they update those free sites, they update every single language file. You end up with like 24 things to update. So quite a bit of clicking if you're going to do that individually. Anyways, well, that's great. 110 website clients. Good for you. That is excellent. And they're all loading fast in that, so very, very good. Well, anyways, it's actually been pretty quiet here. I've got 2 grandkids, 2 kids, a son-in-law. Well, my sister-in-law just left, hanging out here, but I haven't been able to go live like I planned on the second time doing the Watch and Work live stream this week, like I said. So I thought I would just pop up here and catch on. Have a look at Zen Z Records. Okay, is that Zen Z Records? I'll just type that right in. ZENNE ZREC. My apologies for saying it wrong if I did. Well, no, Eds. Is Eds properly? Like I put the Z into it? If I've been mispronouncing it, I apologize. But anyways, I'm really glad that you came on the chat tonight. This is an odd time for me to be popping on. I didn't warn anyone that I was on, so you hopped on, and I appreciate that. And good for you. Good for you in the work that you're doing. Edza. Okay. Edza or Edzi? Edza. Probably I would guess Edza. Edza is yes for number 1, or Edzi number 2. That's an easy way. So yeah, that's because I knew you're going to type that's right, but I wouldn't know which one was right. The first, Edza. Okay, Edza. Great. I'm going to write that down, Edza, because that will help me to remember next time. Anyways, yeah, so thanks for popping on. That was great. Edza, I don't know if you're doing anything in Joomla that you'd like to share, any tricks or methods or anything that you'd like to share and be interviewed on Watch Me Work live stream on a Wednesday. But if there's something that you do that you'd like to share that you think other Joomla users would be into, or something like that, please drop me a line. Tim@basicjoomla.com. That'll get you right there. Let me type that in. Yeah, I like to get people on there, even just to hear their Joomla story and stuff. And just to hear people's Joomla stories, some of the things that you do, how you got to whatever, lessons from running your business, or things you've learned the hard way or the easy way. That would be great. Always looking for people to come on. So yeah, you've got the email there, and yeah, shoot me an email. And if you don't hear I'll reply right away as soon as I get it. And if for some reason I don't get it, then make sure you keep trying or whatever. So. Anyway, so thanks, Edza. I'll keep practicing that. And anybody else who may be watching, and for those of you who watched to the end for this, the encore performance, the rerun of this, thanks for watching. And so Edza and everybody else, enjoy your Joomla sites, and God bless.